Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Donald again. Just making a quick video. A couple of days ago, I read an article about Brian Johnson, the lead singer of AC/DC. I've been a fan of AC/DC's since I was a kid. I remember Bon Scott as the lead singer, and then he died, and Brian Johnson took over. But there's, but I just don't get what's going on with this band these days. I mean, you got one side saying that he's stepping down from the band because of hearing loss, and you have this Jim Brewer talking about his conversation with Brian Johnson. And yes, there is some hearing loss, but he's saying it's like not a big deal, and he feels like he's being pushed out of the band. Now, there's not enough out there really to take one side or the other. It's just kind of sad that this is the way things are going within the band now. I mean, if I could say one thing to both sides, is to sit down and hash this out. I mean, talk about it, because there does seem to be a breakdown of communication within the band, and it's always sad when you see a situation like this, because a lot of bands have gone through this kind of thing before. AC/DC is certainly the first one. They've had several lineup changes over the years, but through it all, they've always been a band that made really good music. I mean, just classic music. A lot of their songs are, and it's just sad when you see this. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. Um, One way or the other, I think we should hear something, because the longer they draw this out, the more hurt feelings are going to come into it. The more anger is going to come into it. So, like I said, if I could say one thing to the band and them all, is they should sit down, Skype, whatever, and hash this out, talk about things, because you work together too long to let things go like this down the road for feelings and all that. You owe it to your fans, you owe it to your band's legacy to work this out sooner rather than later. So I'm going to link to the last article I was reading on this. And like I said, that's all I got really, because I'm just kind of confused by all this. I mean, 30 years they've worked together. And now, what, because of a little hearing loss, they're going to force him out of the band? I know in one of the articles it says that Angus Young wants to continue AC/DC for another 10 years. Now, I realize that this is getting close to the end of their career. So it would even be more tragic if this is how the relationship ended between them and Brian Johnson, is this animosity and these hurt feelings and back and forth of he said, and all that. It's really disappointing and saddening to see this happen to one of my favorite bands, one of the best rock bands of all time, and it's just kind of sad. That's all I want to say about this. Remember to think about liking this video, subscribing to my channel if you like what I do, commenting on this. What do you think about the situation? Do you think it can be worked out between Brian Johnson and the rest of AC/DC? Or do you think this is the end of Brian Johnson as part of AC/DC? Like I said, leave your comments, like, share, subscribe, and be awesome, everyone.